coming up.
People don't even make it that long, let alone have the energy to keep doing this. And he's been doing it since the Flintstones. I mean, I don't plan.
For many seniors, a morning walk is a vital part of everyday life. It helps the mind and body stay young and vibrant. But this 79-year-old isn't strolling through life. He's lapping the field.
All right, Roger. Hey, man, you gotta stay going, you know. Come on, Nick. We gotta get to the other end.
People don't even make it that long, let alone have the energy and the passion to keep doing this. He lives by it, you know, and he's been doing it since the Flintstones. I mean, I don't plan.
It wasn't the Stone Age, just the late 50s when Tom Pratt's football odyssey began. He was a two-way star at the University of Miami, playing both guard and linebacker. After graduation, Pratt became an assistant on the Hurricanes coaching staff, where he worked with Hank Stram. Eventually, Stram became head coach of the Texans, and in 1963, he hired Pratt to be his defensive line coach.
I'm 27 or 28 years old. I've got 3 players to coach that are older than I am. Hank said, don't worry about how old you are or how old they are, just coach them. And I thought that was great advice because it was all about accountability.
During the next 5 decades, everywhere Pratt coached, his units were among the best in the league. He helped Buck Buchanan, Curly Culp, Derek Thomas, and Warren Sapp become Hall of Famers. Turns out, the secret to Pratt's longevity is pretty simple.
My wife, all the years I've coached, she's never missed a home game. She's always there, so that kind of support is vital. We've got a great family, 3 children. Of course, it's been their life.
We've moved around a lot. I didn't mind it. Just being around the NFL and being around the players. As a family, we've had so much fun with it.
We were at the All-American Bowl, so we went to Berlin, and it was when the wall was coming down. We were fortunate enough to be able to go and have the chisels and the hammers and actually physically break down pieces of the wall. So that was really an amazing time.
I don't look at it as decades. I look at it as just new experiences, different players, and those are the things that are strongest in my memory.
Some of those experiences happen to be big moments in NFL history.
A program of the first Super Bowl. There was a championship game, it was called then. And here are the ticket stubs, $12.
Pratt not only coached in the first Super Bowl, but he was a part of Hank Stram's infamous wire in Super Bowl IV.
Where's the ball? Where's the ball, Tom? Stay close by. Just keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys.
It was Pratt's pass rush that prevented Minnesota from matriculating the ball downfield in Kansas City's victory.
Got a way to go, boys.
Years later, he watched helplessly as his line failed to stop John Elway during the drive.
The snap to Elway, the look, the throw, touchdown, 98-yard drive.
Pratt was also on hand for Derek Thomas's 7-sack game.
Derek figured he was going to have at least 7 sacks every game. I said, just keep going, Derek, keep going.
After 34 years, Pratt had done it all and seen it all, and earned a well-deserved rest.
When I retired, I said, I'm going to play golf every day. This is going to be the greatest thing in the world. Well, that went on for about 2 or 3 weeks, and I said, I'm so bored. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
Pratt cured his boredom by returning to his passion. He served as a college assistant, then coached several years in Japan. Later, he became a consultant with IMG, training players for the NFL.
Come on.
But in 2013, Pratt's journey took a surprising turn when his old friend Bruce Arians was hired as head coach of the Cardinals.
And so he called me. He said, you want to get back in this full time?
He couldn't say yes fast enough, and I think Hope was more excited than he was.
I said, I'm ready to go. When are we ready? I'm packed.
Pratt wasn't the only hire that was up in age. Arians, who was 60 himself, tabbed 74-year-old Tom Moore to be his assistant offensive coordinator, and 67-year-old Larry Zerline as his assistant offensive line coach.
Hut! Reach! Quicker. Oh, reach that arm. Reach that left arm. Too much indecision. When you get there, you gotta do something. I mean, it's a attack, react, and finish.
I don't give a crap about the age. I mean, when you have passion, you have energy, and you have great teachers, that's what coaching is. Too many young coaches, they get caught up in a scheme. They can't teach a guy how to block, how to hit a sled. The game misses those type of teachers.
When you hit it, think about doing this, bringing your eyes up.
When you have that much knowledge and ability to still teach it, we're crazy not to tap into it.
At first, you're like, man, this old dude don't know what he's talking about. The game is probably past him. He doesn't have a clue. But after knowing him for a couple of weeks, it's just amazing how my game changed. And you can see everybody else developing and becoming better pass rushers.
In their first season with Pratt, the Cardinals led the league in sacks per pass attempt and allowed the fewest rushing yards.
Good technique. It stood the test of time.
Tom still has the tricks of the trade that everybody can learn from.
I've got a pass rush DVD that I use.
Yeah, he breaks it out. You know, it's non-HD. I don't know what they called it back then. Analog. It's crazy. It's all grainy and stuff. But you can see what the guys are out there doing.
That includes the Yellow Jacket guys: Buck Buchanan, Curly Culp, Howie Long, Bruce Smith, Derek Thomas. So Derek's coming upfield. He gets the tackle. He gets the strip. He recovers the football and ends up scoring a touchdown. Using those guys as examples of how to do it, you can learn from it.
He always has me watch like a lot of Neil Smith film because we play very similar, especially last year. But last year, statistically, that was one of the biggest reasons. It really has made a huge difference.
When Neil would come around that right side, he would dip, you know, and he just lean and lean and lean and lean, and his eyes were on that quarterback.
Neil Smith's influence went beyond technique. Campbell even copied Smith's trademark home run sack celebration.
To me, that's the great part of coaching, watching the achievement of the players, watching the teams develop.
The players showed their appreciation for Pratt and his old school methods in a way that was totally new school.
We got him his first pair of Air Jordans this year for Christmas and taught him how to wear it, how to juice it up a little bit. The only thing that he didn't understand, why these shoes cost so much?
Wherever I go and I've got these shoes on, young or old, they'll say, hey, great shoes.
Arizona is walking on air again in 2014. Arians and his experienced coaches have led the Cardinals to one of the best seasons in franchise history. Proof that age really is just a number.
It's a wonderful opportunity, and I really appreciate the time that I'm able to spend with the players, with Bruce, and with this staff. It's just great.
It's been an amazing journey, and I'm just so happy and proud of him that he's still at it.
It's just been a great experience for myself, my sisters, and now the grandchildren get a chance to experience the same thing.
When we had practice on Christmas last year, I allowed the families to come out. The whole sideline were Pratts, and that was beautiful. I loved it.
This is his purpose, you know, to touch young men's lives. Being able to do it as long as he's doing it is just amazing.
We're blessed to have him here. It's been great to play for him, and I hope we can continue to build on what we're doing.
We talk about being retired. I'm not tired, so retirement to me is an opportunity to move on and continue your life.
When we return, how did a nap get two Marines invited to Redskins training camp?
That's pretty badass.